Hi everyone, Rachel here from North Brisbane Psychologists. Today I wanted to talk a bit about self-soothing. Such an important topic in my line of work. We often think of the term self-soothing to mean when young children and babies learn to settle themselves down, and that is one use of the term self-soothing. But we all need to learn self-soothing techniques, whether we struggle with post-traumatic stress reactions, anxiety, or even just in conflict situations at work or with our partner or family when we feel really agitated and triggered. So today I wanted to give you 2 breathing techniques that you can use anytime, particularly if you're going to take a bit of time out. You might be at work and you might go to the bathroom. You might be in a conversation with someone and you say, just give me a moment, I need to think about this before I get back to you. Or you could be sitting, listening or waiting and seething, and instead of seething, you could try one of these 2 techniques. So the first one that I want to share with you is called square breathing. It's simply a matter of emptying all the air out of your lungs and then in your mind's eye drawing a square. And the first side of the square, if you imagine it, is the in-breath. The top of the square is holding the breath. The other side of the square is exhaling, and the bottom line of the square is pausing. So as you breathe in, imagine that pencil or pen drawing that line and count to 4. Hold for 4, breathe out for 4, pause for 4. And in your mind, you're breathing around the square. And as your breath begins to slow down, you can count to 5. The thing I like, and 6 and 7, the thing I like about the square breathing is there are squares everywhere around us to remind us in this world. Phones, well, not quite squares, computer screens, television screens, which are good reminders. And we can, do this exercise in the silence of our own mind. Sometimes I do it when I'm at work listening to somebody, just to bring my nervous system down a couple of notches. We distract our mind with thinking about the square. It's just enough to quieten down the chatter in our thinking minds. And the other part of the exercise that really helps is the fact that you hold your breath at the top. The top line of the square is holding your breath for the count of 4 or 5. And when we hold our breath, we give our intercostal muscles between our rib cage a nice stretch, and as we expand the lungs, stretch the rib cage and the muscles, we actually metabolize some stress hormones, adrenaline and cortisol. So that's why that one works really well. So square breathing. The other one that I wanted to share with you today is number breathing. This is again a good one because it distracts the thinking mind and it slows the breathing down. This is a simple one. You imagine the number 1 in front of you, and as you breathe in, you bring it to your forehead in your imagination. You let the number 1 sink down in front of your face to your mouth, and then you breathe it away. So in that pause at the top of the inhalation, the number sinks down. Then you do it with number 2. Breathe it to your forehead, imagine it going down to your mouth, breathe it away. Number 3, and so on. Try that all the way till you get to 10. You have to think about what number you're on, you need to breathe, you need to visualize, so tracking where you're at, and all of that helps you, as in the square breathing, to distract yourself from whatever you were thinking about before. John Gottman, the famous marriage therapist, was once asked on the radio, if you had to pick one skill to have a better marriage and work on that one skill, what would it be? And John Gottman said self-soothing. And what he found was people who could stop themselves in the middle of an argument, take themselves away for a short while, distract themselves, pay attention to something else so that they would calm down, they could come back to their partner and have a much better conversation. Have a different kind of conversation. So when you do these breathing activities, this is what you do. You distract yourself enough for your own natural relaxation and calm to kick in. We all actually have the ability to relax and get calm. We just need to create the conditions for our brains and bodies to do that. And so these two breathing techniques can help with that. Square breathing and number breathing. Give them a try. Let me know what you think. Bye for now.